Alright, that was Future Market. Now we're on Future Market 1.
Say, I think we could...
Alright, to Quiploth Port. Haven't been in here in a while. Oh, we can just go in. I thought we'd have to talk to the guard. I've gotten so used to going to the Seat of Divine, whatever it's called. Oh, there's Topaz.
I understand the difficulties that this world is facing, Supreme Guardian. Belabog's current financial burden cannot be pinned on you, nor anyone else for that matter. However, objectively speaking, since Belabog has existed as an independent entity to this day, its debt cannot simply be written off. Oh, it looks like we have some visitors.
Bronya! And Topaz? You're here too? I guess you've already started your business talks. We'll get out of your way if...
It's no bother. We've pretty much wrapped things up already anyway. Please consider my plans carefully, Supreme Guardian. If Eurilo 6 wants to rebuild its connections with the rest of the galaxy, your credit record with the IPC will be of great importance.
You've made yourself clear, Miss Topaz. I'll require some time to consider my next course of action.
Naturally. However, while you're deliberating, my colleagues will need to carry out some operations in Belabog. I hope that your subjects in the Underworld are... cooperative. I'm sorry our business got in the way of a reunion with old friends. I'll get out of your way.
Okay. Debt collecting is never a fun business, but loans are not really a part of business I'm a big fan of either, to be frank.
Is everything alright, Bronya? I didn't know Miss Topaz was so... intense. She seemed nice when we met her.
It's good to see you two again. Welcome back to Belabog. I'd planned a special reception, but I had to deal with an unexpected guest. The lady you just witnessed, she claims to represent the IPC. There's no need to keep either of you in the dark. To tell the truth, I have too much weighing on my mind right now to even think about the Saltworm Festival.
What exactly did Miss Post have? I only heard the word debt.
Since you've already made her acquaintance, I needn't explain who she is. I'm sure you've heard pieces of Belabog's history the first time you visited. The Legion's invasion 700 years ago, how the Stellaron brought about the Eternal Freeze. It seems that much of Belabog's history from that time was buried deep beneath the snow. Those memories were lost, and weren't passed down to the subsequent generations of Supreme Guardians. Topaz shared with me the story of the Stellaron's descent upon Eurilo 6. How the original outsiders stationed here foresaw the impending disaster, and chose to leave in large numbers. Among those outsiders were several investors from the Interastral Peace Corporation. Before they departed, they did something noteworthy. They sought out architects who refused to leave, those who insisted on defending their homes. The IPC provided these architects with significant funds to aid them against the coming disaster. It was with those funds that Belabog was able to construct its immense walls. Even the initial funding for the development of the first batch of automatons was drawn from the same pool.
Wow. Belabog only survived because of that money.
That's a pretty incredible story. So, does that mean Topaz's business here is to collect a debt from Belabog?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
That's ridiculous! And what's with the timing? What took them so long to get here? If it wasn't for us eliminating the Stellaron, they'd have nothing to collect. It's obvious they're just trying to take advantage.
That is a little bit shady when you put it that way.
According to her account, the repayment period agreed upon by the architects and the IPC investors was 280 years. However, less than a century after the loan was taken out, The connection between Yarillo 6 and the rest of the galaxy was completely severed.
How the fuck did that happen?
The IPC deemed that the disaster had caused irreparable damage, and that there was no civilization left to reclaim the debt from. As such, they considered the owed sum permanently lost. It wasn't until the Stellaron crisis was resolved that the IPC discovered that Belabog had survived.
They never bothered to even send somebody in the fucking 500 plus years to even check?
And that's when they sent Topaz over to collect the debt.
And the interest.
Oh, God. How much is owed?
Astronomical amount. I don't even know how to read such a long string of numbers. Before you both arrived, Topaz warned me that if the payments were delayed, the IPC would give her the authority to employ strong measures.
Oh, I had no idea things were like this. Here I was thinking the IPC had come to rebuild Belabog, not extort it. Yeah, we have to help Bronya out. The IPC is too big and powerful. The Belabogians won't be able to resolve this problem on their own.
You seem to have a deeper knowledge of the Interastral Peace Corporation than I do. But if the records are accurate, and they truly have a presence throughout the galaxy, the IPC could crush Belabog like a bug if they wanted to.
They really could. An entire planet might fare a better chance, but you are one city.
I'm glad you're both here. I know you came for the festival, but now I must ask you and the Astral Express for help. Do you think you could persuade Topaz to reevaluate the situation? The Express's reputation precedes it. Perhaps there's still hope?
Have no fear, Bronya. When a friend's in need, the Nameless will always be at their side.
Yeah. Let's go have a chat with Topaz. Let's bring out the big guns. No, let's not do that.
Yeah. After all, this girl here is a pretty good negotiator.
Is there someone standing behind me? Oh shit, I'm talking about us.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm so sorry for dragging you into more trouble. While you're out looking for Topaz, I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation. Best of luck, and stay safe. I apologize for dragging you into Belabog's affairs again. But when faced with an entity as powerful as the IPC, we need all the external help we can get.
They're both followers of Klipoth.
While you're out looking for
Which makes
Topaz,
this even worse.
I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation.
Can you tell me again why Topaz is here? I'll do our best.
Thank you.
Oh, hey! I just remembered. Topaz gave me her number.
Oh, Pela's in here now.
We might as well just be direct and ask her where she is. She seems like the type of person who appreciates a straight approach.
AI reply, greetings, Director Topaz is currently busy. Another reply with a message. Please wait. AI, please tell me. Hello. Checking Director Topaz's schedule for you. Currently, Director Topaz is on an inspection tour of the History and Culture Museum, Overworld Belabog, Yarlo 6. This thing is pretty smart, thank you. Greetings, Director Topaz. Pela. Year 301, year 302. Seems like the archives of fortification years 232 are in order. Next should be fortification year 233. That's right, fortification year 233. Eh? When did you get here? I just got here. Do not stand behind people quietly. It's kind of creepy. Which year was I forget it. This time I'll take a break after work. Can you take a look at these wanted posters? What are those for? Haven't these been removed yet? I mean, what the heck is the captain up to? I've never seen these before in my life. What wanted posters? Never heard of them. You can take those away. Keep them or do whatever you want. Goodbye. Hang on, I got something to ask you. Who painted these wild portraits? Who painted these magnificent portraits? I don't know, they're so beautiful. Who could it be? I'd love to know. Are you sure it's not you? How'd you know? No, I said nothing. Don't look at me like that. I confess to everything. It's wanted posters. I painted them. Are you happy? Of course I am. They're nice. You stop it. I can't take any more teasing. Well, I've already said far too much. Please don't tell anyone else. Only you two can know about this, please. Who painted these wild portraits? Captain Jafar did. Don't let me ask who painted the rest. I don't know. Hurry up and move along. I'm busy. Goodbye. Why are we on this wanted list? Because you tried to overthrow Belabog, remember? Just kidding. I know you're innocent. But after all that, Captain Jafar should have had your arrest warrants canceled by now. I submitted the application for it in person. Anyway, I'll check with him later to confirm everything's okay. For sure, it's terrible for us saying warrants revoked. Okay, so we need to talk to Jafar. Look for Topaz.
Okay, got it. She's at the museum. Let's get going. We better think about what we're gonna say. She might be young, but she is an IPC executive. She's definitely no pushover.
I have a bad feeling we might have to fight her. And her IPC murder-happy guard. This is my first time in the museum. I plan on doing the museum questline next. Ooh. Ah. Where is she? Oh, she's right there. 600 years old. Original valuation value at 34 of this type of painting. That comes to 9. Let's silently creep up behind her like a normal person would.
Oh, it's you two again. This is the third time today we've run into each other.
Cherish the moment. Actually, we sent you a message.
Why, of course I will. Meeting friends from the Astral Express is always a moment worth cherishing. What do you make of this painting? I'm no expert, but just from the artist's strokes, I can tell it's no ordinary piece. It portrays a certain kind of sorrow, you know? Not your everyday kind of sadness. It runs much deeper than that. It's as if the artist had condensed history into one poignant but sorrowful image. The artist's brushwork depicts several generations' hardships.
Seems like you know your art.
Not at all. The analysis of an aficionado. I wouldn't take my word for it. The Express has visited many worlds. I'm sure the Nameless have a far greater knowledge of such things than myself.
Unfortunately, you're talking to the two who have a little bit of a memory problem.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is, what I'm drawn to isn't the style in which a piece is painted, but its overall value. Its intrinsic value may only be 50,000 credits, but its added value might push the total up to 200,000.
Sorry for crashing your artist party, but we came to talk to you about something else.
Well, I mean, it's tangentially related. It's about money.
Oh? A collaboration between our two sides, perhaps?
Not exactly. Actually,
Let's walk and talk. This way.
Well, I guess we could do that.
Most exhibits in this museum are of little value. But, with a keen eye, it's possible to find a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Miss Topaz, Bronya's already told us about Belabog's debt situation.
Oh. You two are closer than I expected with her. So, how can I help? Not sure in the arrangement, or...
Help me out here. You know I'm not good at this kind of thing.
Mostly because you tend to be rude. The IPC's demands are unreasonable.
You're so direct. I like that. I understand. From your point of view, I can see how unreasonable it appears. However, you must understand that debt collection is a big part of my job. I've dealt with cases far more difficult than Belabog's. I appreciate each case has its difficulties, but if I treated every late debtor as a special case, the galaxy's economy would come to a grinding halt.
I feel like this is y'all's fault because you abandoned this for 500 years. You chose to not collect it for 700 years. In other words, you chose to let the interest pile up. If anything, you could take this up in a court of law. And
The Strategic Investment Department is well versed in handling such situations. We can offer the debtor various repayment solutions, but Eurillo 6 has far exceeded the allotted repayment period. I'm afraid milder solutions aren't the order of the day. So, I proposed to Bronya. Oops, almost gave away trade secrets there, didn't I? That was a close one. The exhibits here are pretty ordinary. I estimate they're probably not worth much. Let's keep moving.
So you're basically saying the Belabogians must pay off their ancestors' debts.
When you think about it, it's just another part of the cycle of life.
No, it isn't. This is a part of the
I'm
after
not
someone's
sure
life.
it's as poetic as that.
Wow, look! Is that little critter native to Eurillo 6? It's so white and fluffy. Where can I find a live one?
It's probably extinct.
I suppose it probably is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be on display here. That's such a shame. I absolutely adore little animals. Have you guys met Numby yet? I guess they're off playing somewhere.
So, Miss Topaz, what exactly will it take for the IPC to go easier on Belabog? Bronya invested so much just to make this world a little better. And now, it feels like all of her efforts will be undone in the blink of an eye. It's just so cruel.
What do you take the IPC for, Miss March? We're just the same as Belabog's architects. We're all followers of the preservation. No matter what solutions we propose, we will always take the welfare of the people of Belabog into consideration. Otherwise, we'd be no different from the Legion, would we?
Take ownership of the planet for all I care. Leave the people be.
So you're saying there's nothing to worry about? But Bronya...
Don't worry yourself too much. The Supreme Guardian is a wise person. She'll understand. But, to answer your question directly, it'd take a miracle. I'll complete the Eurillo 6 project no matter what obstacles I encounter.
This isn't going as planned. What should we do?
I wouldn't waste too much energy on this matter. Why not make the most of the festive atmosphere? Oh, looks like one of my colleagues is after me. My apologies, but I should probably take this. Bye!
So, what now? We spent ages trying to convince her and she didn't move an inch. Well, yeah, but she'll be really disappointed. I guess Miss Topaz is just doing her job. And all these vested interests. So hard to undo any of it. They teach this stuff in school. Wait, did I even go to school?
That is a good question, March. We are not the two people who should be answering these problems.
Did someone send you a message?
Azila. Oh, that's right. She was going to go check out the underground. I heard you're back in Belabog. Give me a shout when you have a minute. What's up? Bunch of rascals came down here in the Underworld, took over the Great Mine by force. I asked Bronya what to do, and she told me to not mess with them for the time being. Listen to her and don't mess with them. Too late. Wildfire and the Silvermane Guards already engaged. those jerks have super advanced fancy weapons with jacked up damage. We can't handle them. Sending you an SOS because I'm running out of ideas. I'm coming.
Huh? The IPC are causing trouble in the Underworld? Already?
They're gonna take control of all the world's resources. It's probably how they plan on getting the money back.
Seriously? Topaz was just talking about taking the welfare of the people of Belabog into consideration. Oh, and now they're pulling this stunt? You really can't trust these money-hungry IPC suits for a minute.
There we go again.
I really did jinx us. I don't think I have it in me to play the hero today.
Man, Dan Hung made the right decision to stay on the ship.
I guess complaining won't get us anywhere. Let's go lend them a hand.
I told you we should have brought Mr. Yang. I told you we should have brought Mr. Yang.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Hi, Hook.
Zila!
Hey! Am I glad to see you two here? I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out.
Is anyone hurt?
Nobody's been seriously hurt, but a few Wildfire members got minor injuries. Fortunately for us, it seems like they were holding back. Their weapons and automatons are much stronger than anything we have. You see those two in black? They've been guarding the mine entrance. They're not letting anyone in or out. Hey! Just because you have fancy equipment doesn't mean you can bully us! Who do you think you are?
I wonder if they have any automatons more advanced than Svarog. Svarog seems pretty fucking state-of-the-art to me, even for a 700-year-old fucking piece of ancient gollemancy.
What's the matter? Got nothing to say?
What's going on inside the mine? Any ideas?
A few miners made it out earlier. They looked pretty panicked. They said the whole mine had been seized by the people in black. These uninvited guests keep talking about asset evaluation, whatever that means. All I know is that they're seriously disrupting the lives of the Underworlders.
Is Topaz around?
Who?
We were just talking to her in the museum. Do you think her
Wait, I
plans
just
are
realized that
acting
fucking March
without
switched back to her
authorization?
default outfit. Is she supposed to have done that? Or is that a glitch?
The person you're talking about. Are they in charge of the people in black? Potaz, Pazto, whatever her name is, she can wait. Right now, the most important thing is to free those trapped in the Great Mine. Are you two with me?
That is a good point. People live in there.
Hey, you two! Cat got your tongue or something? If you knew what was best for you, you'd get out of my way!
You guys must be exhausted standing here all day. How about you take a little lunch break? I'm sure the IPC allows that, right?
I'm a guest of your boss. Stand aside.
What's their deal?
You two were talking to the director in the snow plains.
So it's you! You're the one who was threatening to take us out in the snow plains!
I thought it was the same guy.
Do you even
I
know
didn't
who you're
vocalize it
talking
because
to?
I didn't think it
if
would
your
be likely.
boss knows to treat us with respect, you'd better start showing some yourself.
I can't let you pass. My team leader said that if anyone gets through, I'll lose 6 months of performance bonuses.
Team leader? You're even lower on the pecking order than I thought.
Shut up! I spent 7 years on a forsaken asteroid preparing to join the IPC. I went through 17 interviews before they finally hired me. What right do you deadbeats have to criticize me?
IPC? Interviews? I don't know what you're rambling on about, but you're really testing my patience.
Seal's gonna fucking beat the shit out of these people.
No need to waste our breath on this idiot. Let's do this.
Oh boy. I hope it wasn't gonna result to violence. New enemy type. Well, my team is not the best for this.
For the 10 lords.
Wait for the tiles before you start counting.
What are they doing? Performance points. International Peace Corporation's employee performance points. Each stack increases their damage dealt by 50%. Stacking up to 1 time. Oh, thank God. I was worried. All performance points are consumed when this unit uses an attack. Performance points can be seized by the attacker when the unit's weakness is broken or the unit receives a killing blow.
Don't rush. The game is always changing. Come on. This wow.
I'm on guard. Defend the weak.
Naughty children, don't listen. All better now?
Nice teamwork.
By the will of the 10 lords, the 10 lords decree, hereby ordained.
Play hard, win big, keep quiet. Stay calm.
Oh well.
Luck of the draw. Please,
Let's see how well this goes over.
Looks like victory!
I wish the game gave you more story teams for the story missions like this. It would let people get an idea for characters and it would incentivize them to pull for them more often. I'm just a fan of any other model than the FOMO model, to be honest.
You're in bad shape.
Recount your sins.
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose when to strike. That's a set.
Is this enough damage to kill? Probably.
That's it? He sure took off quickly.
17 rounds of interviews and these are the best people they can find? What a joke.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I've been warned that the ones in the mine won't go down without a fight. Let's set off when you're ready.
Caught your breath yet? It's time to show these IPC fools who they're dealing with.
I didn't think we'd have to fight again. When did you change your clothes?
Right after we finished chatting with Topaz in the museum. Did it take you that long to notice? I thought you were supposed to be the observant one.
I did notice. This is the first opportunity I've had to ask you about
The
it.
quicker we handle the IPC, the faster we can get back to enjoying the celebrations. Let Zila know when you're ready to go.
Ready for action? Let's get moving.
Okay, so fire, ice, imaginary, and they're 58. Let's grab, Let's add Silverwolf. Maybe switching their elements will come out better. Meanwhile, at Svarog's settlement... Oh, thank God, we're cutting back to Svarog. I love that guy.
Hello, it's Mr. Svarog, isn't it? And this cute little girl must be Clara.
Hello, miss. Are you...
I'm Topaz. I've come to have a chat with Mr. Svarog.
Clara, go inside and wait for me.
Huh? But if you have a guess, maybe I should...
She is not a guest. Neither is she a friend. Go, Clara. Everything will be fine.
So, it seems my source was right. Who would have thought that such a strong bond could exist between a giant robot and a little girl? So heartwarming.
They're really making her out to be a villain.
You bear the insignia of the Interastral Peace Corporation. What is your motive for coming here?
Straight to the point, huh? I like your style. Eurillo 6. Are robots familiar with that term? Anyway, it refers to the planet we're currently standing on. It's about to become the property of the IPC.
I figured. Man, I didn't think I'd be so on the nose with my guess. Literally, they're gonna just take ownership of the planet to see if it's worth the initial investment.
No one can reverse this outcome. Not you, not the Nameless, nor any power in the galaxy. I only care about one thing right now. Demonstrating to the shareholders of the IPC that Eurillo 6 can generate value. In the long run, this is a way, the only way, to ensure Belabog's long-term interests. I need your help to achieve this goal.
Long-term interests undefined. Analyzing objectives. Analysis failed. Tell me, Emissary, how do you plan to convince the IPC leadership?
That's simple. I'll show you.
Ooh, is that a new ore?
This is...
Source code. Or to be more precise, source code that is able to take control of all mechanized units in Belabog. I'm sure you're familiar with this. All mechanized units manufactured in Belabog over the last 700 years utilize the underlying systems created by the IPC. The code is so refined that the engineers never saw any reason to change it. I assume you're also aware that there was once a large automaton factory in the Underworld. Thousands upon thousands of automatons, enough to crush the Legion's vanguard, lay dormant within. This is my bargaining chip for negotiating with the higher-ups. I'll convince them that Eurillo 6 has a place in the company's long-term strategies. But first, I need a guide to show me where these automatons are buried.
I understand. Your long-term interests can be defined as the survival of civilization at a macro level.
That is one way of putting it, Svarog. I agree.
What are your intentions for the people currently living here?
Their future has already been purchased. All I can do is make them accept this fact, using a relatively peaceful approach.
I'm curious to see how Svarog calculates this.
I understand. I will assist you with your plan.
Boy, so I guess Svarog might be the final boss then.
Oh, so you're not as stubborn as the rumors suggest.
The future you speak of is beyond my computational range, but my emotional analysis indicates that you are indeed trying to find ways to ensure the survival of this world. Additionally, calculations indicate a 96.4% probability of compliance through force if I refuse to cooperate.
Yikes.
Your calculations are slightly on the conservative side. Here's to our future cooperation. If you wouldn't mind leading the way, Mr. Svarog.
He basically made a decision saying, I'm gonna lose if I say no. Yikes. There is... Failure is inevitable.
All the miners here, huddled together. Anyone else getting deja vu?
I certainly am. I have been in this place before.
Well, the situation here is pretty similar to when you first arrived. It's just that instead of a few thugs and broken robots, now we're dealing with much more formidable adversaries.
Hey, check it out! Isn't that Topaz's little trotter over there? Oh, what was it again? Numby, right?
What? Isn't that thing a fragmentum monster? She's keeping one as a pet?
The IPC are all about their sci-fi sorcery, so it's not that surprising. Wanna go take a look?
Try to communicate with Numby. Oink. Oink. Grunt. Grunt. Oink.
Sounds like you two are getting along. What's Numby saying?
Life is ultimately meaningless. Not sure. Strong accent.
I should have known. Don't quit your day job.
Look, you guys. Looks like it wants to leave.
Looks like they want to find their master. Let's follow them.
I had the, I believe the correct answer was, not here.
Help! Those people dressed in black are attacking us!
Hey, I'm talking to you. Where do you guys store the Geomarrow?
I really don't know anything!
This place is filled with nothing but incompetence.
Those cowards! I guess they want to do this the hard way.
I guess we're beating more people up. And they're
Lance
using
ablaze.
our automatons.
Flaming Lance! Forward!
Play hard, win big, keep quiet. Oh!
2.
This
3.
is to come. Better late than never.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Can you let me have some fun this time? Time for a buzz.
Time to go on the offensive.
Please don't heal them, robots. Thank you, robots.
Nap time.
1 down.
Oh! That's a set.
Nice, got him in 2. Man, the guys that are supposed to be the tough ones ended up being
Time
easy.
for a buzz.
Time to go on the offensive.
No, stop healing. No, I said not do that. No, bad.
Not in that
Bad robot. No healing. I said no healing. God, I hate
Play
these
hard,
robots.
win big, keep quiet. Better late than never. Time for the payout. Huh. More enemies. Huh.
Ha!
Was not expecting that.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Where we going, Numby?
Uh-huh. Looks like Numby's in a good mood.
But aren't they on the IPC side? Strange.
Where are we going?
Look! That big guy down there. Is he the one in charge?
We'll see who's really in charge. Let's go.
Huh? Where'd Numby go?
Wow. For something so short and stubby, they're surprisingly nimble. Well, guess that's that. We're on our own now. Let's keep going. Hey, you! Are you in charge around here?
All local. The IPC is currently conducting asset evaluation work here. Local residents are advised to follow those responsible for evacuation to the
Don't lie to us! You seized the mine by force for yourself. You drove the locals out of their homes. I'm warning you. Get lost or suffer the consequences. Don't you dare show your face around here again!
I really wish we had a story Sela like we did with Laucha in that one mission.
My Yubi. You have quite the attitude. This is our jurisdiction now. We are all powerful here.
What an ass.
You know Topaz? Interesting. It doesn't matter. The Strategic Investment Department has no obligation to talk to anyone not related to this project.
I just realized that the robot has a tie. That being said, I'm assuming it's a guy in a mech suit.
In cases where debtors fail to repay within a set time frame, the IPC reserves the right to skip negotiations and take over all assets. We're simply following the rules. What exactly is your problem?
You know, it's funny how the rules always seem to work in your favor, don't you think? This world's been hanging by a thread, and now you're here to pull the plug on it.
And to be fair, you made an agreement with administration that no longer exists.
Don't blame me. I'm simply following orders. Do you think I get to make those kinds of decisions?
Save your breath, March. I never held out any hope of resolving this problem peacefully. Didn't you claim the IPC was all-powerful? Well, now's the perfect chance to show us what you can do.
Zela, don't make that kind of a threat.
If I knew things were gonna get this heated, I'd have applied for overtime. Anyway, since you seem intent on settling this matter with violence, prepare yourselves for my heavy laser cannon.
Alright, let's just kick this guy's ass. I don't have confidence that this is going to resolve peacefully anymore. Ooh, it's got a shield!
Not a scratch. Lance ablaze.
I have a shield too. Look at mine.
Flaming lance. Forward.
Team building.
When the odds are against you, cut your losses.
Grant all grunts for field personnel and society grunts personnel acquire 1 performance point.
Loser!
Clock in.
Better late than never.
Alright, big guy. What are you gonna do? Whoa! Excuse me?
Just in time.
No? That was a fucking full health kill.
Hey, you! Are you in...
What the fuck was that? Okay, we need to save a shield for that.
When the odds are against you, cut your losses.
Lance ablaze.
Let's
Flaming
get rid
lance.
of all of the points that we can to lower his damage output. That seems to be the way to go.
Naughty children, don't listen. You're in bad shape.
That is significantly less damage.
Just a
Each
little
one of those stacks is 50% more damage. We cannot let him get more of those. Oh my god, he can keep summoning
Look at the tiles
ads.
before you start counting. Time for the payout.
We got there. Oh my god, that was a hard-fought victory.
Who are you people? Not even our tech could take you down.
We took down the Doomsday Beast, the Stellaron, and Phantilia. Did you really think you could stop us?
Darn it. I'm all out of ammo.
Sir, we've just received word from the director.
Director Topaz? What did she say?
Teams are not to disrupt the lives of local inhabitants during the asset evaluation period. Teams that violate this directive will have their year-end bonuses reduced by 60%!
That's a fucking big threat.
60%? We're done for.
They're getting a pay cut? That's funny.
Attention all personnel. Evacuate the mine immediately. Erase all traces of your presence.
That's fucking hilarious.
So, are we all good here, or what?
Yeah. Judging by the looks on their faces, I don't think they'll be back.
They're not afraid of you. They're afraid of losing money.
So, who is this Topaz anyway? She seems to have no problem ordering these idiots around. Or taming fragmentum creatures, for that matter.
It's a long story.
You're better off asking Bronya. Belabog is in debt.
Debt? What do you mean?
You should probably ask Bronya to explain it to you.
Why did this mess have to happen so close to the festivities? The timing couldn't have been any worse.
Oh, looks like we've got a message.
From Topaz, right? Can March 7th, Dan Hung's group chat. Oh, still using this group chat. You know, right, Bronya, we're in the Underworld right now. IPC's people just took over the Great Mine, and us and Zila just kicked them out. I see you're with Zila. How are things going? Did you get hurt? No, yeah, we did. I failed to persuade Topaz. No worries. This wasn't your responsibility in the first place. Bronya is so understanding, all things considered. Something just happened here and I can't explain it clearly in messages. Could you come back to the Qlipoth Fort? I need advice for you two on this issue.
Huh, I get the feeling Bronya's worried about something. We'd better go back and see her. Are you coming with us, Zila?
Go on without me. I still have stuff to take care of. The miners need to know what happened here. Bronya messaged you, which means she thinks you can help. I trust her judgment.
Got it, Zila. We'll do what we can to help Bronya out. Come on, to Qlipoth Fort!
That was a pretty difficult fight, all things considered. Makes me regret. I'm not going to increase the world level anymore unless it requires it.
By order of the Supreme Guardian, proceed no further, Miss Topaz.
Belabog might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket.
The source code.
See you later, Captain.
Uh-oh. Future Market 3.
Welcome back. I appreciate your help more than I can express. It couldn't have been easy running all over the city.
That's what friends are for, Bronya. You don't sound like yourself. Is something wrong?
I'm fine. I haven't rested in a while. There's just too much happening all at once.
Sure we can turn things around. You couldn't have foreseen all this. We've hit the 3-hour mark.
Perhaps, but the IPC won't wait for me to catch up.
We'll go for a little bit longer.
They're moving quickly. Belabog is crawling with their agents. All they talk about is asset evaluation. The silver lining is that apart from the mine incident you mentioned, there haven't been any major conflicts in other areas. I suppose Topaz must have issued an order against harassing the citizenry. Still, that hasn't stopped panic from building. People are confused. They don't know where these strangers in black came from, nor what their intentions are.
Did you manage to get in touch with Topaz again? We're curious to know what solutions she has in mind.
That's the reason I asked for you to come here. I need your advice.
She's going to buy the planet.
Look.
I can't read that. I think. Yeah, I can't read that.
It's...
The contract Topaz sent to me a little while ago. There's a handwritten letter attached. Please, take a look at the contents, and then tell me your thoughts.
Miss Bronya, if you'll permit me to call you that, I'd like to share a story with you from my own life.
Is the pig typing? The pig is typing.
In your eyes, the IPC may seem heartless or cruel, but in reality, we all have a story to tell. As for myself, I was born on a small, unremarkable planet at the edge of the galaxy, a place whose name is known only to the native inhabitants. My home planet was extremely resource poor. To survive, people worked laboriously, manufacturing products for other civilizations in the galaxy, mostly in chemical or heavy industries. Given these circumstances, the natural environment of my home planet became increasingly harsh. I don't recall the exact moment when it happened, but people started wearing respirators just to walk down the street. All you could hear were the wheezing coughs of the people, day and night. My home was facing its demise. The relatively wealthy chose interstellar migration and started anew. The majority who stayed could only struggle on amidst sewage, acid rain, and dust, waiting for the end.
Is this story going somewhere? I can see where it's going, but I'm hoping it ends well.
Finally, one fateful day, the IPC arrived on my home planet. They had the technology to repair our planet's damaged environment. In return for their help, they asked for just one thing: that all inhabitants sign a contract which would make them employees of the IPC.
This is extortion in the highest regard. That's basically debtor slavery.
2 years after signing the contract, the dark clouds and haze disappeared, and people began to take off their masks. After 3 years, vegetation and trees began to grow and thrive again. After 5 years, many animals, previously on the brink of extinction, reappeared. When I was finally old enough, I officially became a member of the Strategic Investment Department. I witnessed the changes that took place on my home world, and was determined to bring the same changes to many other worlds in the galaxy that were experiencing the same plight. I am writing to you, Miss Bronya, with the genuine desire to express something important. I know freedom is precious to people, but in reality, there are things of much greater value, such as survival. How many generations of Belabogians will it take to embrace the stars again without assistance? Who can guarantee that every future Guardian will be as prudent and enlightened as you? How can you guarantee that a disaster such as the Stellaron crisis will not descend upon Belabog yet again? I have already negotiated the best possible deal for you. Once you sign this contract, all of Belabog's debts will be forgiven. In addition, the IPC will set up a special team to support the reconstruction of Eurillo 6.
But at what cost?
I can understand that for you, this is an extremely difficult decision, because you, and you alone, will bear the fate of all Belabogians. But because of this, I believe that you will make the right decision. A decision that will truly benefit your people.
Her words do sound quite sincere. What do you make of it?
She has a way with words. She's a smooth talker, but that doesn't mean she's telling the truth.
I agree. But it struck me as an honest letter. I found the contents quite moving. It's hard to imagine she'd write something like this just to deceive me. In any case, she wasn't wrong when she said this would be an extremely difficult decision. This planet's fate, the civilization it carries, everything that's happened here and everything that will happen, it all rests in my hands.
Yeah, but to be fair, the IPC abandoned this planet to begin with. They could have actually stayed to help fight off the Stellaron crisis, and this debt might not have even accrued in the first place, to this extent. They abandoned the debt, they need to take some share of responsibility for that. They are definitely the ones in the wrong here.
This definitely can't, and shouldn't, be a decision made by me alone.
Put it up to a vote. Perhaps you should gain some insight from others first.
That thought has crossed my mind.
Welt, why are you not here, Welt? We need your wisdom.
Right. I don't think it's fair for you to carry the weight alone. Why not discuss it with others first?
Topaz hasn't given me much time to consider. She wants me to decide as soon as possible. I wanted to put it to a vote, and let all the citizens of both the Overworld and the Underworld have their say. But with such little time, I'm afraid that's a lost cause.
Darn, I agree with you, sadly.
I'll convene the Klapoth Fort architects immediately to discuss the contract. As for the locals, I'd like you to gauge their stance on the matter. The people of Belabog hold both of you in high regard. They'll most certainly be willing to tell you their thoughts.
It's a time, race against the clock. Do I have voting rights? Not now, still.
Yes, we need to move fast.
We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should be a piece of cake.
Thank you, March. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
All right. If we want to make an informed decision, we need to hear from both the Overworld and the Underworld, right?
Let's talk to Natasha.
Let's start with the Overworld.
To Japard, maybe? Or... Actually, no, let's talk to Serval. She's very plugged in around here. Serval and Pela would be the ones we should talk to up here. And then down there, Oleg and Natasha. Zila, we should probably get her opinion too. Is that keeping a tally? Pela's always over here.
We meet again. How have you two been? Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious.
We need your opinion on an important matter.
Serious. I'm all ears. Really? You better not be making things up. I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, that's all true.
I think the most fair agreement to the IPC would be to remove all the interest and then try to accrue the debt from there. If you want a neutral opinion from me, that gets all parties something. That is the compromise that should be placed.
We don't have much time, Pela. Bronya wants to get everyone's opinion.
They consider to be the debt lost and abandoned. It's their fault for coming back 500 years too late to fucking collect on it.
Wait, you're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to think it over. Okay, I think I've got it. If it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the IPC's conditions. Huh. Okay. Any particular reason?
I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, it'll take 3 or 4 more generations for the snow to completely subside.
Damn. This planet has better prosperations than I thought. I thought it would take longer than that. I thought it would take another 10 or so generations. At the low end.
And that's assuming no other disasters occur.
That too.
I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then I think that's a price well worth paying. Building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit?
I see. So, compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure the people around you have a good life. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
So... Yep, Serval's next on our list. Who's the third Overworld Opinion we're gonna grab? Is Sampo here somewhere?
Well, well, look who we have here! You and Marge paying us a visit. What's the occasion?
I guess this might be worth mentioning, but somebody told me recently that that cutscene I got with Sampo at the end of the Belabog arc, unless you pick specific dialogue options, you don't get that cutscene. Which is weird. Apparently you have there's like a hidden friendship rating you have with Sampo, and then that determines whether or not you get that cutscene.
Uh-oh. Sounds like something serious is happening. You'd better fill me in. What? How is that possible? I need a moment to wrap my head around this.
Serval, we're racing against the clock. No time for head wrapping.
It's okay. I've thought it through. If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
I bet the people underground are not going to be this positive about it.
What? Hold on, are you serious? I thought you'd be against it for sure.
It's Zila that I think is going to be the most against it.
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple. Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the Underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them.
You say that, but I'm not sure.
As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them.
You say that.
You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I probably wouldn't hesitate.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Come around!
The energy hub? Are we going to talk to fucking Dunn? Oh my god, we're going to fucking talk to Dunn.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Belabog so soon. It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and even the Silvermane guards have had trouble dealing with them. Do you need my opinion? I'm happy to help. So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can do to assist her?
We're here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of time. What's your take?
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course. There is no room for compromise.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dunn on this one. There is room for Topaz's, like, all or nothing fucking contract is a little bit way too crazy.
Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract?
That is also a fair point.
Faced with this sort of coercion, we must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not an option. You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into their trap.
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dunn. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Time for the Underworld.
Did we miss anyone in the Overworld?
Japard, but he's not
I think we
here.
asked just about everyone we needed to. From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the Overworld are leaning towards signing the IPC's contract. We'd better hurry to the Underworld and see what Natasha and Zila make of it all.
I can imagine Natasha will probably be in favor of it. I don't know about Oleg. Oleg mostly aligns with Natasha. Zila's the one I think is going to be the one that takes this news the hardest. Okay. Boulder Town. Alright, first up Natasha, I guess.
It's getting late. Where to now?
What brings you two to the Underworld? And why the long face?
Need your opinion on an important matter.
Seems a little out of the blue, but since you came all this way, it must be urgent. Go ahead. That is a lot of information to take in. Sorry, both of you. I know you're in a hurry, but I need a moment to think.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us what you really think.
I've thought about it, and... well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it.
Really? I knew I liked you.
I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belabog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security will end up with neither.
That is a good quote.
Living in the Underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful cage.
Wow, that's a pretty convincing argument.
Yep.
Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight, Nat.
Alright, who are we getting next? Zila? Oleg? Yep, there's Oleg.
None other than the saviors of Belabog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me.
They were always on the top of the list of my mind, Oleg.
But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping by to say hi.
In your opinion on an
Let me
important
guess.
matter.
Something to do with these unruly people in black showing up everywhere? Well, ask away. It just so happens I'm curious about them myself.
I wonder where
Maybe
Sampo
I can
is.
be of some help.
I want Sampo's opinion.
I see.
He probably wouldn't agree with them.
That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone someone as young as Lady Bronya.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belabog, you have the most life experience. What do you think we should do?
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belabog back to its former self overnight, then I think the answer is clear. Have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, is that something we can manage on our own?
I'm actually agree with Oleg more than I agree with Natasha, all things considered.
What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people.
Same, that's my biggest concern.
To withstand the criticism.
This man is me.
Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
Bronya, the last Supreme Guardian.
I guess I never looked at it from that angle. I wouldn't wish that title on anyone. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg. Another vote for the 4 pile.
Alright, Zila, where are you at? Perkins. Clara!
Miss March, big sister, what brings you to the Underworld?
Hey there, Clara. Is Svarog not around?
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with a lady called Topaz.
What? Topaz? Do you know where they went?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Svarog promised he'd be back soon.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get his opinion.
That is a very important opinion to get. Clara's opinion is just as important.
True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her age.
Huh? Miss March, do you want to ask me something?
I'm probably gonna have to break this into 2 chapters at this point because it's we're almost 4 hours in.
That's complicated. I don't know what to say.
As much as I want to stream more tomorrow, I'm probably gonna spend the whole day
Just tell us how you feel about
doing editing and uploading.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's decision.
I agree, Clara.
Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams. Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true?
Yipes.
Just taking away people's dreams like that. I don't know. It feels wrong.
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is possible. Just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me shiver.
Yeah. Put me in the no pile. Anywho.
Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us.
There's final result remains a tie.
Running around has worn me out.
We didn't actually talk to Zila though, but I'm pretty sure she's in the no category, if I had to guess. Either that or she'll stand with Bronya, regardless of the choice.
So, the final conclusion is... the votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really compelling arguments.
There's still one person left to ask.
Oh, right! We haven't asked Zila.
We also haven't asked Japard.
She's probably still in the Great Mine helping the miners.
We could ask Hook.
Let's get going.
But I don't trust Hook's opinion. And I would love to ask Svarog as well. But I wonder what Svarog's long game is. Where to? They're still in the Great Mine, right?
Back so soon? Any news?
Poor Peak. He's gonna have to work more, isn't he?
Are you feeling alright? You look a little uneasy.
Need your opinion on the matter.
Important matter, huh? I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted chat. But I'm ready to hear it. I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belabog was at stake, right?
We probably should have told her that from the beginning, all things concerned.
Right. I need a little time to process this.
We don't have time.
As it stands, the votes are even. Your opinion will make all the difference.
Thanks for the pressure, March.
In that case, I abstain.
Wow. It takes a lot of guts to abstain. However, I don't blame you.
What?
You have... No! Don't say that!
I've thought about it. This responsibility rests on Bronya's shoulders, not mine.
Wow, that takes a lot of... I have a lot of respect for that, believe it or not.
No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. She can see the bigger picture more clearly than I can.
And thus they said that Socrates was the wisest in the land, for he alone knew that he knew nothing.
The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly impact her final choice. I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but it's not my place to make it for her.
I'll cut you a deal. You vote for one side, I'll vote for the other. That way it'll still be a tie.
Understood, Zila. This is a difficult decision to make, and everyone feels differently about it.
I ultimately vote no, personally.
It's times like these that a leader must stand up and do what's needed.
Right. It's Bronya's decision. She knows what's at stake. She won't run away from her duty. I trust her wholeheartedly.
Freedom is worth more than what the IPC is offering in return.
If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning.
They're the ones that fucking put this impossible claim. I don't want to agree with them. Topaz, I get where you're coming from if everything you're saying is honest, but I still think a more better negotiable deal is available. He plays a crucial role in this world. Do you trust her judgment?
You bet. The Express can vouch for Bronya. That says a lot about her character. The time has come. Let's go fill her in.
Alright. This is, see you next time, see ya. Alright. Back to Bronya. Oh boy. I didn't expect this to be so heavy. I thought I'd go to a fair, enjoy the festivities. I didn't think I'd end up in a fucking political conflict with the stake of the entire world in slavery and freedom. I did not sign up for this today. Let's talk about puppies.
Whoa,
I have a dog. I used to have a dog. I miss my dog.
I've never seen this many people here before.
This must be the architects.
Oh, jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
We're doomed! Do not twist my words. I support the Supreme Guardian's decision.
Down, will you?
We're doomed!
March, you're back. So, what's the verdict? What do the people think?
It's split down the middle.
We talked to people in both the Overworld and the Underworld. The final result was a tie.
However, if you want to look at it this way, more people in the Overworld are in favor than the Underworld. So, just as many people in the Overworld are for as there are people in the Underworld that are against.
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. I can't say I'm surprised. what was Zila's perspective on the matter?
She's behind you, whatever you decide. She thought it wasn't her place to say.
I should have known. That sounds like Zila, all right.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers? Oh, it's so loud I can't tell what anyone's saying.
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party is willing to compromise.
I am all about compromise. This ultimatum that we got from the fucking IPC should be rejected outright. A compromise should be met before you fucking drop an ultimatum like that.
The time has come to make a decision. This chaos cannot be allowed to continue any longer.
Let's see what happens.
Enough! All of you! I know what to do.
Wait!
Himiko!
I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
You showed up after all? I wasn't expecting you.
Aren't you?
I was hoping Welt would weigh his opinion in.
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himiko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without your support. If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome. I'm afraid the current circumstances are quite exceptional.
I understand, Miss Bronya. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel.
You have a solution? Couldn't you have come a bit sooner?
The life of a navigator is a busy one. You should be glad that I made it in time.
Yeah, like 3 seconds later, things could have gone much worse.
There is some important information that I must pass on to you, Supreme Guardian. It is my hope that it will better equip you to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himiko.
The IPC probably can't deliver on their promises, can they?
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belabog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
That makes the decision very easy for me.
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
To be fair, considering the rate at which this planet would succeed on its own, it will take generations and still not be very likely. I would still say that their offer is probably genuine in terms of their capabilities. It would definitely be likely to improve, based off what we already know from Welt's point of view.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
Man, I was hoping you came with more information than just that.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himiko. This information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, This contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader, I cannot let the future of Belabog hinge on a roll of the dice.
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Bronya.
Astro friends, I have an idea, but for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation.
I need Svarog's help.
I need some time to rally all the residents in the city. And then, I'll meet with Topaz again. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belabog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Boy, would it have been nice to have a Himiko for that fight versus that IPC team captain, though.
Belabog's
or even a
future
leveled
is
up
not
hook.
for
I have a
sale.
hook, I just don't have a hook that's
And we'll
leveled
never
up.
forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe, everyone.
Japard and others. We can dock here, Japard. Ensure your reports with the crew. Yes, Lenny Bronya. The more details, the better. The Supreme Guardian ordered me to garrison Ribbit Town with Silvermane guards and automatons to stop the IPC's infiltration. The defense went smoothly at first, but Topaz herself appeared with special technology allowed her to seize control of all of our automatons in an instant. It seems Topaz is heading for a certain area in the depths of Ribbit Town. For some reason, Svarag is with her too. Is he trying to go against us? I hope not. My instinct tells me that there's something else behind this, but I don't know for sure yet. At least you know where you can find Topaz. Let's go.
Japard should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old stomping grounds for another adventure.
This is still Future Market 2. Okay, we're not even going to Ribbit Town. We're going to the entrance of Ribbit Town.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Japard.
The Supreme Guardian has briefed me on the situation and asked that I assist you in locating Topaz. Ready to enter Rivet Town? We'll go in together when everyone is set. Keep your guards up.
Okay, it's one of these guys again. Senior staff team leader. If I had a leveled up Herta or Welt, I would bring them. But unfortunately, I don't have a lot of people up to level 60.
Destination reached.
Wow, would you look at that? Huh. I never would have guessed it'd be here. But I don't see any mech or weapons. This place is completely surrounded by mountains. Surely they can't be.
Affirmative. The weapons are concealed within the towering rock formations.
No wonder we couldn't find the automaton factory. It was right under our noses all along. Wait a minute. You said these weapons have been hidden here from the very beginning? That means the architects of Eurillo 6 never used them in their fight against the Legion.
Interesting. That's a big lore drop.
Correct. After the IPC departed from this world more than 700 years ago, no one has possessed the necessary knowledge for activating these weapons. The architects used the IPC blueprints to construct replica automatons. However, the overwhelming majority of the combatants, commanded by Elisa Rand, were human.
I see.
Wait.
The stories
this is
about
where Sampo was
world
hanging
are
out.
Truly captivating.
I would like to ask you a question, Topaz.
You're awful polite for a big robot. Ask. Don't be shy.
If the IPC does not intervene, this world is doomed. Are you convinced of this conclusion beyond any doubt?
No.
Yes. I've gone through countless case studies, and they all point to the same conclusion. Any world that comes into contact with the Stellaron is doomed.
However, this one's had its Stellaron sealed.
On the surface, things may appear to be getting better since the Astral Express lent a helping hand. But sooner or later, the underlying problems will resurface. A looming crisis can often lie hidden beneath the illusion of prosperity, unnoticed by many.
Understood.
Understood. That's it? You don't have any thoughts on the matter?
Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere and accurate. That is all I wish to confirm regarding this matter. While my opinion on the future of this planet may differ from yours, it ultimately holds no weight. I am merely a tool, not a decision maker.
Interesting. I bet that's probably what he would have said to us if we had asked his opinion on the vote.
If only my colleagues had the same self-awareness as you. Come on, Numby. We've got some assessing to do.
Svarog is definitely one of the most interesting character studies
Topaz
that I would love to look
disappeared after
into.
leaving Rivet Town. In her absence, her subordinates flooded in and took over.
The IPC soldiers are well equipped. It wouldn't be wise to fight them head on. Captain, what do you have in mind?
You're right, Miss Himiko. We'll be using the automaton stealth bomb to cover our tracks.
Why?
Automaton stealth bomb?
I'll explain later. Let's get moving.
Follow along the roads to find Topaz.
Will of preservation.
Look, down there! It's the IPC!
Keep noise to a minimum, everyone. We don't want to alert the enemy to our presence. It's time to deploy the automaton stealth bomb. Are you ready? Use the automaton stealth bomb to wipe out the IPC threats.
Ready.
Remember, try to avoid being noticed. Remaining hidden will increase our chances of success.
Automaton stealth bomb. Attack buttons of all enemies in the attack radius of the challenge. Alright. Challenge has failed. Got it. Gotta get them all with once. To avoid the enemy's line of sight, sprint or approach enemies. Alright.
I said, you're thinking outside the box.
Oh, wow! We wiped them all out in a single explosion! That's what you call efficiency!
It's a shame we had to resort to this method, but we had no choice.
Guerrilla tactics
You
are...
Silvermane guards sure are a righteous bunch.
Yep, guerrilla warfare tactics are usually very effective in dealing with threats like this.
I've seen standard issue robots like these before. It's an IPC field team leader.
Correct. The exterior is similar to the Grizzly, but its weapons and armor are more advanced. Hopefully the automaton stealth bomb will still be effective. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready? Remember, try to...
Wait for him to come back up. The level 58 IPC employee.
Woohoo! The coast is clear!
To be honest, I didn't think it would be so powerful. Good thing everything went according to plan.
That was surprising. I thought it would knock him down and we'd still have to fight him.
This is the road that Topaz took when she left Rivet Town.
Let's find her and tell her about Bronya's decision.
This time, the gloves are off.
And it's Svarog. He's still here.
Mr. Svarog? Are you alright? I hope Topaz and her IPC henchmen didn't hurt you.
Greetings, outsiders. System functions are normal. I have had no conflict with the IPC's representatives.
I thought we might be facing off against each other for a moment.
Such a result would be highly undesirable. Topaz is ahead. She had the means to force me to comply with her orders, but chose not to. From her perspective, the only way to preserve Belabog is by incorporating it into the IPC. While I do not agree with her viewpoint, I lack the computational power to provide evidence to the contrary.
Wow. God, why do I agree with the robot so much?
While it is unlikely, I still encourage the avoidance of any potential conflicts.
Unlikely potential? Meaning there could still be conflicts.
Don't worry, March. The Express never pursues conflict as a first means. But if it comes down to it, we won't back down either. That's how it's always been.
Himiko's right. As long as we can look at ourselves in the mirror and know we did the right thing, that's all that matters.
I wonder if we can return all the property they lent the IPC and actually make the debt 0. I wonder if that's actually how this will resolve.
Why would Topaz come here? Is she looking for something?
It's possible. Many mysteries lurk beneath the surface of this world.
Will of preservation.
Feeling lucky.
Alrighty.
Oh, hey there, slowpokes. I was starting to think you weren't gonna show up. This lady next to Miss March looks oddly familiar.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Topaz. I'm Himiko, the Astral Express's navigator.
Oh, wow. I remember now. The illustrious Miss Himiko. Some of my colleagues dream about meeting you.
I can imagine.
Of course. The Nameless have quite the reputation.
For the
You're
Nameless,
following
you
in
would
the
think they
footsteps
wouldn't.
of the great Akavili, after all.
I'm pleased to see how well everyone's been getting along. Topaz, based on your greeting, I presume you have a good grasp of the current situation?
Of course. The deadline has already passed, but Bronya still hasn't signed the contract. I think I can guess what's holding her back.
Please, don't misunderstand us, Miss Topaz. We have no intention of opposing the IPC or its board of directors. But we have very dear friends on Yarillo 6. Standing idly by and watching them sign an unfair contract goes against everything the Nameless are about.
Miss Himeko, sorry for interrupting, but this doesn't sound like a negotiation.
I would have loved to negotiate with the board of directors to shove them my 2 cents up their ass.
We needn't waste our time, March. She made her decision 10 minutes ago.
There's no fooling the Astral Express. You're absolutely right. Differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. However, to keep things moving forward, there's usually only one solution.
Brute force?
Huh? What do you mean?
My superiors have granted me the approval I need.
Approval for what? Your vacation time has been approved?
wish. So many eager faces. I won't keep you in the dark any longer. Approval to launch an attack on the members of the Astral Express.
Oh boy. What was with that
The
camera
best
pan?
kept secret to getting something over the line? Always be ready to turn the tables. Go, Numby. Projects under my wing have no room for error.
That is quite the image there.
It's not a scratch. Fracture.
Wave 2. The boss is probably in wave 3.
Gotcha. Better late than never.
There we go. 2 points. We're gonna have a really powerful Sing-Shu attack on our first turn. What does in training do, and why does it keep doing it? Enters a charge state, uses Work Culture Shark in the next action. We're probably not going to get to use this.
Please, 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 please,
I think we just lost, sadly, because unfortunately Trailblazer is so slow in the turn order.
I'm okay. Just in time. Just a little something.
I can't believe that did so little damage.
Think nothing of it.
This fight is so grindy.
I'm on guard.
And there we go. He wasted them on a single target attack. It's when he does the AoE with 2 or more points that we get screwed over.
Nap time.
That's no points to steal. But this guy's gonna hit us and get a point for him to steal. Annoying.
Huh. More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Alrighty. He's gonna do his AoE next turn.
Here comes the medicine. Tasty. I'm okay.
That defense
Just in
reduction
time.
from Trailblazer
Just
is
a
the only
little
reason we
something.
haven't died yet.
Think nothing of it.
Oh boy. This is so annoying. I just don't want to lose after putting in this much effort.
At this speed, too slow.
Keep lowering their defense with Solar Wolf Salt. Will get us there eventually.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance.
And just keep building up energy to keep spamming this ult over and over again. We'll chip them out eventually as well.
Better late than never. Time for the payouts.
Got there.
Incredible. No wonder the Astral Express is so highly regarded. Finished warming up? Now it's my turn.
Stop! All of you, put down your weapons.
Bronya! You're here just in time. Things were about to get out of control.
Supreme Guardian. I was starting to wonder whether you'd left the express crew to fend for themselves. That would hardly be becoming of you.
I would never do such a thing. There was an important matter that required my attention.
More important than this?
Yes. I think you'll understand the significance once you see it. In short, I need you to help us evaluate our current progress.
Help you? That's interesting. I was under the impression you'd already decided to obstruct our operations here.
I have read your letter word for word, Miss Topaz. And your childhood experiences truly touched me. Your hometown once experienced a similar catastrophe to Yarilo 6. So I can understand your perspective on the issue and the position you have taken. It's because of this empathy you have that I still hold out a glimmer of hope. Despite all that's happened, I hope we can still find common ground through peaceful means.
I have to admit, talking to you is always such a pleasure. I apologize for my behavior just now. It was, inappropriate. I admire your determination, seeing as we've come, this far. I've changed my mind. I'll hold off a little longer and see what you have to show me. But remember, winning over the higher-ups won't be easy.
I understand. That's why
It's sad
I've
to
been
think that
taking
an
things
executive
one
isn't at
step
the
at a
top.
time. The
Fucking
first step
boards of
was
directors of
changing your
fucking
mind.
evil beings that don't need to be recognized, in my opinion.
Members of the Express, we'll need your help too.
At least we're getting valuable resources out of this.
What a dismal sight. This district. Have you been here before?
Yes.
Yes. This is where we put an end to it all.
And then began again.
That's right. Kyle,
You ever Winter Hill?
sorry for the delay. Are we clear to proceed?
Oh, this is Kyle?
The path ahead is clear, Madam Guardian. You and your companions can proceed north without hindrance.
Excellent. The mountain road ahead is a little treacherous. Watch your step. Let's go.
What is this place? We've never been here before, right?
Yes, we have.
We've only recently discovered this domain. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you is just ahead.
Follow the path to the Pillars of Creation.
Look. The people of Belabog have not given up. I just want to give them a chance. Do you two recognize that broken down machine over there?
The engine of creation.
I thought you might. Miss Topaz, I know you've done a lot of research into Belabog. I was wondering if there was any information on the engine of creation in your records?
Not at all. Which is why I find it so incredible. Such a massive feat of engineering, yet there's not a single mention of it in any of the Strategic Investment Department's reports.
I may know the reason why. The engine of creation was constructed solely by the people of Belabog, without any external assistance. The project was led by the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand. While warriors fought on the front lines, the engineers worked tirelessly behind the scenes, designing and constructing it.
So what you're saying is the engine of creation was a weapon constructed by the Belabogians themselves?
Yes, but not entirely. The engine of creation was commissioned for combat shortly after its completion, and played a significant role in the battles against the Legion.
And it was designed for building buildings, according to Svarog.
But Alyssa Rand had a long-term vision, one that nobody anticipated. For a long time, this feat of engineering was codenamed the Geological Reconstruction Unit. It was actually given a much grander purpose: to help the Belabogians rebuild their homeland and restore their world to its former glory, after driving away all those who threatened it.
Remarkable. A vision that would transcend both time and generations of Belabogians. Madame Rand was truly an inspiring leader.
We only got to see a little bit of her in Svarog's records.
Not to take away from the Supreme Guardian in front of me. She's quite the inspiring leader as well.
Thank you. But I didn't really do anything. All I did was bring the people of Belabog together and make them aware that our hard-earned freedom was under immense threat once again. If we want to preserve this freedom, we must act and show those who doubt us that we, Belabog, have the will and the ability to control our own destiny. The outcome of our mobilization speaks for itself. The children of Belabog have made their decision. They have chosen to preserve this homeland with their own two hands.
And I hope they do. It might take 7 generations, but I hope they do.
I must say, I didn't anticipate this at all. I'll fight for this opportunity for you, Bronya. I shouldn't have conflated your own circumstances with my childhood. That was a serious lapse of judgment on my part. My world never had a resolute leader, so people gave up on the idea of saving themselves long ago. But your civilization has persisted through the snow and storms for 700 years. A truly admirable feat.
And frankly, your superiors are asshats.
Then, are you willing to retract your previous decision? As for the debt, we'll find a way to gradually repay it. But it'll take some time.
Unfortunately, the acquisition of Jarilo 6 is a strategic decision that's been approved by the IPC's top brass. Even if I wanted to overturn it, convincing them would be extremely difficult. Unless...
What are you looking at? Is there someone behind us? Oh wait, I already did that joke.
Don't worry, Miss Topaz. Myself and all of the Nameless aboard the Astral Express are willing to vouch for this world.
Fantastic. That might just work. As for the, reports and potential accountability, I'll handle it.
She kind of went through a little bit of an arc, but I feel like it happened too quickly. I still think this could have been resolved with some levels of compromise.
I was worried things were gonna get ugly again. A peaceful solution is always the best solution. Speaking of solutions, are they repairing that giant robot? The one we fought against? I remember you took control of it and helped us defeat Cocolia.
I wonder if we'll have it... I wonder if we'll have time to celebrate the Soulworm Festival.
Right, I totally forgotten. That's the whole reason we came here in the first place. Well, looks like everyone in the city's helping with construction. Doubt there'll be much time for celebrating. Still, look on the bright side. We got to meet a top IPC executive. The trip wasn't a complete waste, right?
You say that.
You know? I'd heard you and March speak highly of the Supreme Guardian before, but seeing her methods firsthand left
done
me
over
in
there?
awe. We should also be glad that Ms. Topaz is the one in charge of the Eurilo 6 project. If it were someone else from the Strategic Investment Department, things might have gotten complicated.
I was gonna say bloody. What do you mean,
The
Himiko?
Strategic Investment Department comprises the IPC's most elite employees, many of whom can be very forceful. Let's talk about this later, when you're back on the Express. You and March must be tired after such an incredible journey. It's time you got some well-deserved rest.
Hey, it's Firstman! You're here to help too, Firstman? And you see the pillar of inspiration of the big project concerning all of Belabog. How can I sit around and do nothing? While I may not be tough as my younger days, I spent decades in the mines, and I'm more than capable of guiding the youngins. Take care! Let's talk to Dunn. Area is closed. Okay, it's not done. Okay, I thought it was done.
Miss Topaz, you mentioned accountability.
Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle. There are more important things than titles and ranks. Finding the best solution is what matters most.
Will they cut your
If
pay?
that's what they want to do, then so be it. I've long passed the stage of working just for money.
Thank you so much for all you've done. I never thought we'd drag the Express into a crisis again. Much less one that might cause a rift between you and the IPC.
A rift? I wouldn't go that far. Also, it's me who's mostly to blame. I didn't keep my subordinates in check.
Is it true the IPC requires you to go through 17 rounds of interviews?
17? Oh, I think I might know who you're talking about. You could say he's a special case. For most people, the interview process is much shorter.
I'm glad we're able to discuss some lighter topics.
This is a lighter topic?
Well, you all need some rest after everything you've been through. I've arranged rooms for you all at the Goethe Hotel.
Not
Miss
the
Topaz,
hotel. Not the hotel.
If you need somewhere comfortable to stay.
I appreciate the offer, but I need to head back and deliver my reports. It's been great getting to know you both. I hope we can work together again in the future. Only next time under better circumstances.
Hooray. Why was this only part 2 of the mission? This took way too long. We're almost at 4.5 hours. It's probably going to be close to 5 by the time we're done.
It's getting late. Where to now?
I expected to be done with this by like 6. So yeah, this is going to definitely be chopped up into 2 videos on YouTube.
Wondering, how did you figure out what was happening here on Belabog, Himeko?
Well, you know, keeping an eye on the crew is just another part of a navigator's job.
Ugh. Okay, so let's see. I wonder what's going on here.
March was looking forward to the Soul Warm Festival for ages. Looks like she's missed her chance. This time. I never thought this trip would be so... tiring. Time for bed.
Alright.
In light of the events that have transpired, we will be taking the following disciplinary measures against you. Your rank will be demoted from P45 to P44 with corresponding adjustment to your basic salary. All bonuses for the current cycle will be revoked, including stock options and performance bonuses. You will need to submit an additional report regarding this incident to Diamond. If you have any objections to this penalty,
Diamond?
you may also file an appeal in writing.
So Topaz and Diamond. I bet they have real names.
I have no objections.
Understood. Is there anything else anyone would like to add? If there are no further remarks, this meeting is concluded.
You only got demoted one rank? Phew, you dodged a bullet there. Pretty big project to mess up on. Someone must be looking out for you. Oh, they've already left the call. Ugh, this voice changer is driving me crazy.
Let me turn it off.
Aventurine, why are you still on the line?
Hey, what's with the hostility? It's not like I'm your boss. Oh, wait. I guess I am now. My apologies. I'm still getting used to my new place in the hierarchy.
Can I help you? If you've got something to say it already.
Oh, nothing important. Just checking in on you. I told you Eurylos 6 would be a high-risk, low-reward case. Why do you even bother? In our line of work, having a kind heart can be more of a liability than an asset. If you're not careful, you'll end up leading yourself down a dead-end road.
Anything else? If not, I'm hanging up.
Wait, hold on a minute. Don't hang up, I get it. You're not in the mood for this conversation right now. Okay. How about this? Something that might interest you. While you were enjoying your playtime on Eurylos 6, Diamond was busy taking care of the head honcho of the Building Material Logistics Department. That's why he didn't attend today's meeting.
A Terravan?
That's right. The renowned Terravan. One of the 7 board members. He's throwing his support behind us instead of the Marketing Development Department for once. Oswaldo won't be laughing anymore.
This is all interesting. Super interesting, but get to the point.
Diamond's been a great help to both of us. Your antics on such a crucial day can't exactly have painted the Strategic Investment Department in a good light, you know? Since you get the point, let's get down to business. I'm currently at Pier Point. There's a major deal that could affect the whole department. I just so happen to need a reliable project manager for the job. What do you say, old friend?
Huh. And what prompted the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacony. What else?
What?
That's right. Now that's the kind of reaction I was hoping for.
That's the planet we're going to next, right? Panacony?
Hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it. At least someone higher than rank P46.
Honestly, who knows? The family has some pretty questionable characters. If you ask me, doing business with them is a lost cause. But as we both know, the IPC does more than just business deals. Guess it's my time to shine. So, how about it? This is a rare opportunity. Consider it. You never know, you might even be able to make up for your blunder on your Eurylos 6.
I'll get back to you later. Seems like it's just one wild ride after another.
I'm not sure how this company is run, but it feels very dystopic.
I hope I made the right decision this time.
Oh my god, it's the little bear!
The snow is mesmerizing.
Visitor for Toby and Numby become a visitor of the Express. You might come across Topaz and Numby when you enter the Express. Really? Oh, is this Can? Yes, I am. Let me introduce myself. Wilder from the Peace Corporation Strategic Investment Department. Contacted to recommend you a video game. What game? Oh boy. Allow me to get back to the introduction. Ethereum Wars, Galactic Tier, Top Class AAA cultural brand spearheaded by the APC's Marketing Development Department in collaboration with the International Network. Get to the point. Card collection game. It's not like the ordinary trading game. You can use the IPC's cutting-edge Aether copying technology to record any creature you've ever seen inside Aether coin. You can print them out and use them against other players, like your Aether spirits. How does that sound? Sure. Sounds fun. We're gonna play this game. And if you're interested, you can go to Ribbit Town Plaza in Euro 6, try for yourself. We'll be holding an International Tournament Festival offline carnival. Sure. Be there. Don't run off, I'll be there soon. Let's go Ethereum Wars. Cool. Anywho, we have been on this way longer than I really intended to be. And we have a lot of these other big adventure missions to get through. As well as a fuck ton of companion missions. And as much as I'd love to do Foxy and Tale of the Hunted, I think it's going to be going away before I can really honestly start it, so... Oh well, I'll miss out on this one. I'm told it's really fun, but them's the breaks, kid. Well, next up, we got a bunch of adventure missions to get to. Hopefully, in the future, we don't have to do this again for a long time. I'm probably not going to be streaming again until next Wednesday, but in the meantime, stay safe, everybody. I'll see you all in the next stream. And that's Twitch TV, Sheet Streams, signing out.